Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5-day early access to every Cast Party episode, including Nocturne, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord, where our community plays D&D games together, has game nights, and hosts so much more, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try out a free trial. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, casting crew.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cast Party. My name is Colin McManus, and I will be your director for today. I am joined by Ryan McManus.
Ryan McManus, playing Bjorg Jorgensen, the Jewel of the Debauchery.
Anna Brisbane.
Hi, I'm playing Lenore DeVere. Chaos, very excited to push all the buttons.
Nigel Deacon.
Hiya, I'm Nigel, playing Jackal Campman, the leopard loner striving for companionship and control and this giant frog.
Vince Perito.
I, Vince Perino, playing Tevin Alkin, the mechanism of discovery, reconstructing memories one piece at a time.
Luis Carrazzo.
Hello, I'm Luis Carrazzo, and I am playing the unconscious sack of meat known as Santos.
Oh no.
And joining us once again, we have Raquel Skellington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Raquel Skellington. I play Poppy, the tender-hearted giant. Good to be back, guys.
Yay.
Save me.
So let's just talk about what happened last time. You all continued your journey towards Carmarth after leaving the observatory. You traveled for a full 6 days, traversing from forested highlands into hilly plains, and found the dirt and air around you getting a bit more dry over the few days of travel. You found a pocket of trees one evening with a strange light illuminating the sky. You approached this forested area and found an overgrown village, which you discovered to be Shithol. Entering into the village, you found this expansive tree overlooking a murky pond, illuminating the sky with pollen from its flowers. As well as, you found some dead bodies. During your investigation, you met Smoke, a half-elven man who told you not to go in the water. He told you he killed the 3 individuals as they attacked him, and they all had weird slugs connected to their necks and heads. He told you that the tree saved him. He seemed enamored by the tree and went over to put his hand on the trunk. Despite his better judgment, with his companions watching nearby, Santos flew up to the flowers in the leaves and was bathed in spores and felt numbing across his body. His body seized and he started to fall to the ground before the vines of the tree reached out to save him from the fall, but they wrapped around his body and neck and hoisted him back towards the tree. You all fought back, trying to free Santos from his bindings. Before you could, the tree dunked him into the nearby pond, covering him in some leeches, and he felt this numbing sensation from the vines themselves. Jackal used arrows and his hoopak to cut through the vines, holding his friends. Lenore burnt the vines and tree even while being grabbed herself. Santos swung his glaive over and over to cut himself and Lenore free. Bjorg transported Smoke away from the others into the pond, but just after he did, a monstrous maw emerged and swallowed Smoke whole. This massive creature that looked like an abnormal frog with sharpened teeth and muscular front arms. It swam quickly out of the pond before slowly pulling itself up onto the shore, dragging its slug-like backside. Tevin unloaded the rest of his clip into the being backside while Jackal jumped on its head and was enlarged by Bjorg. With all your friends freed, all of them moving away from the tree and the frog looking injured, Santos took one last swing at this amphibious monstrosity before flying away. Unfortunately, the being's tongue was free after swallowing Smoke, and it latched onto Santos, knocking him unconscious. It grabbed his limp body and reeled him into its toothy mouth, swallowing him. Santos, fading, felt closer to death than he has ever been before his mind went dark and the rest of you lost sight of him. Now you watch this monstrosity swallow, opening its cavernous maw, and it sets its sight on you, Lenore. Now with a gaping mouth open and waiting, you can hear a hungry gurgling coming from the beast's gut. But you also hear a familiar sound, a radiant crackling coming from a nearby rooftop. In the darkness, blue hair tucked behind pointed ears, a tall figure being illuminated by the power rippling between her fingers. And so the scene is set. The question is, Poppy, where did you go?
After that, Poppy walked back down the mountain and for a few days walked along in the wilderness, camping beneath the stars. At least at the start.
You were searching for something, whether it be purpose, whether it be something to guide your way. And you began traveling across the forest, heading in general the way you came from. You end up traveling for most of that day after leaving the observatory. Traveling alone isn't something that you have done often, especially not in the forest, but you've learned a lot from Jack just in your time traveling with him. And you find yourself not having too many issues. There's no resonance beings you have to dodge. There's no animals or people, at least not to begin with. You find yourself around the early evening of your first day of travel on a large road heading generally south back towards around where Twin Rivers is. And on this path, you run into a group of what look to be soldiers. They aren't all wearing the same armor or insignia, but they feel more well put together than just like a random group of adventurers. They have nice armor and weapons. They're carrying some large objects. They have horses pulling carts with large crates on them. As they get a bit closer to you, they all stop moving. And one of the soldiers shouts towards you, "Traveling alone can be dangerous out here."
I can handle myself. And she kind of salutes them.
"We are about to set up camp for the evening. You're welcome to join us. We have a fresh deer."
Poppy weighs her options. It's either she just goes scrambling again, trying to catch something, which she's not as good as Jackal by any means. Sighing. All right, what could it hurt? All right, if you're offering.
Of course. You see the group of soldiers continues just a little bit of the way. You walk with them a brief moment, and it looks like they were basically just about to pull off this path. You watch as they set up a fire and a place to comfortably butcher the deer. Some of the people start setting up their tents. There's about a dozen or so individuals here. The man who was first to speak with you finds a felled tree, sits on it, and gestures you to sit down next to him. "Where are you from?"
It's a long story.
"Oh, we're from Akron, doing some trading to some nearby villages and encampments."
I'm locally from, Poppy twirls her thumb, Twin Rivers.
Ah, Twin Rivers. They still won't accept outsiders. No trading at all, unless it's done through Nightshade. And yet Nightshade doesn't want to deal with us.
I'm not surprised to hear that. They don't really want to deal with me either.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I heard that there are these refugees outside the walls, and they're starting to cause quite the stir within the city. But we've been staying far away.
Where are you heading to?
Now, back to Akron. We did our trades, and he gestures to one of those like big carts. They had a couple of them that had a bunch of big boxes on them. It looks like they've been doing some pretty substantial trading.
Wow. Looks like you guys were successful. Poppy looks over.
Yes, yeah, of course. We have typical trade routes. And just as he's muttering to himself, there's this orcish woman, now no longer in her armor. She comes over to the two of you and hands you both a cup that is filled with ale. "Twin Rivers, a city built behind walls, can't even take care of its own without stone between the enemy and themselves." And she sits down on the other side of you. "It's like living in a cage."
That's one way to think of it. But sometimes a cage can be a home too.
"You don't seem to have a home if you're speaking so unjustly of Twin Rivers."
It's complicated. I would like to think I'm on a journey. Puts her hand up kind of in the sky to, find myself or, do my star chart or something.
"You should join us in Akron. We need strong militia. Our people keep each other safe through sheer power. A constant watch around the city, more strong fighters we have, the safer all of our kind can be.
I'm not really interested in fighting.
You'll like it, I'm sure. We keep each other safe. We're well fed. We're not paid, but when you're fed and housed, money's not really a necessity.
Is that all you guys do? Is that all you want to do?
I get to drink, play games, have merriment with my fellow militia members.
I don't know. I gotta think about it. I appreciate the meal.
We'll be there in a few days. You'll do training and you'll be on watch by end of the week.
Quick turnaround, huh?
For someone as yourself, yes.
Well, you don't really know anything about me.
You're out here alone. You are buff. You are obviously doing well for yourself.
Poppy thinks herself. Well, I guess I am kind of buff. Alright, I guess maybe. Can I just see what it's like and then see if I want to join, or do I have to commit right now?
You see the man takes a moment. You're already second guessing.
Well, you just offered. I'm just not sure if it's for me. That's all. I just would like to see.
This is a volunteer position, though it does cease to be when you refuse. He nods to the woman next to you.
Wait.
She suddenly grabs your head, and there's a vial underneath your nose of this noxious concoction. Just a second later, you're asleep. You're not quite sure how long you're out, and you remember having weird, nonsensical dreams. But you awaken, and you're in a cage. Iron bars closed in on all sides. It's not quite tall enough for you to stand up completely. You have to almost hunch over if you want to be on your feet. Around you, there is a fire raging. The tents have all been set up. There's a bit of merriment as the soldiers cheer and laugh around the fire. They seem to be drinking ale and feasting on the deer that they roasted. The man you were speaking to previously hears you stirring in the cage. There's a little bit of rattling of the bars, and he grabs a plate of food that he's set aside and comes closer to you. You woke faster than most. You'll want to eat something. That stuff will make you nauseous if you don't have something in your stomach.
Are you kidding me? And Poppy rattles the bars. What are you doing?
Akron is another 2 days, maybe 3, depending on how early start we get. Once you're there, you'll be let out the cage and have a new home.
No, I don't want this. Let me out. Let me out now or you'll regret it.
No need to struggle now. Nothing's getting through that.
Poppy goes to try at the bars.
You start fighting to get out of this cage. You see he just shakes his head and turns away. Your hands are trying desperately to pull the bars apart, to push them open. You try kicking at where the lock is on the outside the best you can, but it's so tight you can't really get a good standing. The sky is dark now. There is a bright full moon overhead, and you're bathed in this moonlight as the people around you cheer. Not at your misfortune, at something else entirely. It feels like they forgot about you already, like you aren't even there. But as you do your best to get your footing and push against the front of the cage, there is a sudden flash in your mind. The symbol adorned on your hand, it flashes brightly and you feel your body tiring. You reflexively close your eyes and open them again. And instead of pushing against this cage, your palms are pushing against the floor, doing push-ups. Your arms start to shake and you finish one more before you collapse onto the ground. Looking around, you see you're in a familiar building. It's a dusty living room with just not enough light in it. There's a ceiling fan on and it's blowing somewhat smoky air around. This was one of the hangouts for the group you used to run with back in the day. Poppy, you look and your hands and arms, they are smaller, definitely not as muscular as you are used to, but they're also smoother too. You're younger as you remember them. There's a woman who walks into the room as you are panting, sitting on the floor. She's a dark-skinned woman with thinly braided hair being pulled back behind her head. She looks to be very early adulthood, maybe early 20s, and she looks tired. Her demeanor's tough and she stands tall, but she's got these bags under her eyes that have been there ever since you've known her. Still getting stronger?
Always. I have to keep trying.
Why? Why do you do that?
I don't want them to leave me behind, and I'm tired of being picked on because I'm scrawny, because I'm a girl.
You see me getting picked on?
No, but you're older than me and stronger than me.
And you're worried about what they're talking about.
Listen, I want to be able to run out there with them. I want to be able to run with the boys and keep up. I don't want to just be relegated to a lookout.
This ain't all there is, kid. You know that. You're just doing it because they do it. People just do things. Do what they're supposed to do. Because someone tells them to. But why don't people ever think about what they get out of what they're doing? What do you get out of going out there with them?
Makes me feel strong. What they do makes me feel like I could be strong. Maybe. I don't know. What kind of question is that? Why are you here then?
There's not always an easy answer. This shit we're doing, it's just here to there to here. What actually matters is when you do make it there, wherever that is, are you happy? Are you where you're supposed to be? Who you're supposed to be?
I'm happy now.
Are you? You're yelling.
Working out like this makes me happy. I am happy. Doing this right now.
You say it makes you feel strong and you look strong. But do you feel strong inside? The mental? In your mind?
I don't really know if I know what that means.
Sometimes you gotta do uncomfortable things on the outside to help get your mind where it needs to be.
I'm already doing that.
No, you're doing things because people tell you to do them. Or because they're comfortable, what you're used to, because you've done them before. But that's how you get stuck. That means you won't grow. That means you aren't figuring out who's on the inside. Strength isn't just your muscles, kid. It's your mind too.
Yeah, right. Sure. Tell me that the next time they put me in the dirt.
You're gonna blame them when it might be your fault you were in that situation to begin with.
It's not my fault. I'm here because I got no other place to be. And if I got no other place to be, then at least while I'm here, I can be strong.
That doesn't mean you gotta be here. I think you're gonna get out of this. Be somewhere you're meant to. Remember, it's not just where your feet take you. It's inside too.
Flushed, red, with anger, hot tears in her eyes. She doesn't really know why, though. And her palms are clenched.
Listen, kid, I ain't no compass, but I think you're pointing in the right direction. Don't let anybody stop you. As those words enter your brain, while feeling this air blow from the fan overhead, you start to feel a tightening of the ring on your finger. And as it begins to move, you awaken. In the cage, the symbol on your hand is glowing, and that the ring on your finger, the one from Carmina, has changed. It has started to extend outward on top of the fingers to the left and right of it. One thin piece on either side goes above the knuckle.
Poppy starts pulling at it, messing with it, fidgeting with it. Runs her hand through her hair. How am I gonna get out of this? I've always been a lost little idiot, haven't I? She has her head in her hands. Takes a second to sit up and look around her again.
You spend the night hanging out, watching, waiting, and playing with this ring on your finger, absent-mindedly. And it just feels right there. It feels like it's in a good spot. Poppy, this is now a magic ring. You can have one of two options. You can either choose fighting or spellcasting. If you choose fighting, while wearing the ring, any weapon you make an attack with, as long as you're proficient with the weapon, this would include your bare hands, will be a +1 weapon, which means whenever you roll it, if you would normally roll a +3 to hit, you would roll a +4. So you get an extra additional +1 to hit, as well as a +1 to the damage every time you do that. If you chose spell casting, whenever you cast a spell, or in this case, something like your Radiant Sunbolt, you will get +1 to hit, and you would have +1 to all of your saving throw DCs for those spells.
I'm gonna go fighting.
As you're playing with the ring, you experience the next 24 hours, and they go by in a crawl. You're hoisted up into a cart by this group of soldiers, pulled by some horses. You're fed and given water, but rarely much more interaction than that. By the time the next evening comes around, these soldiers again find a place to stop, setting up camp once again. They feed you, they start to drink, more of the same as the previous night. Loud laughter and cheering, sometimes angry yelling, other times singing and merriment. But Poppy, this time, there's something you notice. You're on the outskirts of the camp a little bit, kind of like they don't want to deal with you being too close to them. Just further outside the camp, mysterious fog appears. A dark black smoke. It's not rising into the air like a smoke trail from a fire, but it hangs along the ground, making it hard to see anything past it. It's just on the outskirts of this encampment, and you can see it's expanding in two directions, arcing in a wide, like large circle. It looks like it is trying to encircle the camp.
Does it smell?
You do not smell anything currently. When you see the smoke, it very much keeps its shape. It's definitely like moving and flowing, so it's not quite expanding as much as like you would expect normal smoke to do and fill the area.
Hey, she rattles the bars. Hey, trying to get somebody's attention.
You start shouting, trying to get their attention. There is laughter and more loud jeering, and no one seems to pay attention to your screams for help.
How close does it look like it's getting to me? Like, is it fast?
It's pretty fast, but from where you are, it is encircling you almost like it's creating a perimeter around. And that's just what you expected and just what it happens. It completely circles the camp around you. And just as it does, it then begins to move inwards towards you and the rest of the camp. It rolls in quite fast. In a few brief moments, this dark smoke surrounds you inside the cage as it continues moving towards the fire. You still hear laughter, but you can no longer see the soldiers. All you can see is the fire cutting through the smoke, but it becomes more and more faint as more of this thick smoke rolls in. You spot movement just next to your cage. Something long and thin was moving very fast along the ground towards where the fire was. Something snake-like but larger. And you suddenly start to hear screams. What the hell is that? Get your weapons! Followed by blood-curdling screams of death. And just moments after this all started, it is silent. No more merriment, no more laughter. You can't even hear the sound of the fire crackle. But there is a deep rumble of some sort of being. You aren't sure where it's coming from in the smoke, but it must be close. What is Poppy thinking about as this silence creeps in?
I think there's a bit of a panic in her chest, about feeling small, about feeling powerless, captured. All this strength for what? She's trapped in a cage. She can't do anything. She tries to brace herself, crouched, hunched over, but there's no good stance for fighting. She'd be at a disadvantage for sure. Trying to keep herself calm, but panic is slowly raising in her heart and mind.
What is the first image that comes to your mind when trying to calm yourself?
The party, sitting beneath the tree with Santos, threatening to wrestle Jackal.
You picture each one of them standing with Tevin outside Alkin Family Mechanics. You remember Bjorn trying to show you some of his various rings. All the party flashes before your mind. You end with this thought of Santos and his wings unfurling, this bright bond that he shares with you all so often that he almost glows as he's sending out these bonds to your friends that are all in your mind. And this image of all of them together almost glowing like a bright light in this darkness, like a bright light cutting through this fog. Your eyes are closed and you suddenly hear footsteps just outside the front of the cage. opening your eyes, you see that bright image of Santos, light cutting through the smoke, allowing you to see a bit further from the cage, this small beacon of hope. But with just another blink of your eyes, it's not Santos at all. It's a goat with thin horns that curl behind its ears. There's a red collar around its neck with a small bell on it. Its fur is bright white and it almost glows in the darkness. And you see it jumps up on its front hooves and with its back leg kicks the lock on the cage with one strong kick and busts it open. It looks up at you, and it starts bolting through the smoke, cutting through it with this bright light, and it turns back and looks at you as it does, like it wants you to follow it.
She gathers her things in the cage and goes after the goat.
You are following this weird beacon of hope, trusting it to get you through the smoke and to safety, and you run out of it. As you are running, there's movement in the smoke around you. There's suddenly a burst of it that comes up and hits you in the face on your right side. I need a Constitution saving throw.
22.
You are prepared for this. This is a dangerous situation, but you've calmed yourself. The image of the party flashes in your mind, and this burst, you're able to completely cover your face, stop yourself from inhaling this burst of smoke, and you're able to just keep on running, following after the goat, running as fast as you can. As it makes its way through the smoke, it's jumping over bodies of the soldiers, now dead along the ground. One body gets pulled from just in front of the goat, being jerked away like a ragdoll. Suddenly, the goat jumps and it ducks and slides ahead of you. I need a dexterity saving throw.
19.
A massive, muscular, mutant-like arm comes from the darkness, swinging quickly towards your torso, and you attempt to slide under it, following in the goat's footsteps, and you are able to successfully dodge underneath it and continue running, getting back to your feet, catching up with this glowing animal that has saved you. The smoke around is getting to your head. You suddenly are blinking, and two of these illuminated goats, but they're each going a different direction. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh God, okay. Yeah, 15.
You follow one of the goats. Suddenly you trip. You start to stand back up, and you suddenly can't see this other goat, and you are blinking, and you are starting to cough as you are inhaling some of this smoke. All of a sudden, this goat appears again through the light, starts running away once more. With that failure, I need you to roll me a d4, please.
3.
Poppy, you now have the resolve trait. Whenever you finish a short or long rest, you will get temporary HP equal to your proficiency bonus, just like almost all of the rest of the party. Poppy, you are able to get back to your feet, and you are eventually following this glowing animal, able to make it your way out of the smoke, bursting through the end like it's just a wall. Behind you, it hangs low in the air, but is completely encapsulated this area of the forest that you're in. And you see the goat just continues to move away from the smoke in a speedy pace, and it continues to look back at you.
What do you want, little guy?
It's spying. It starts to jump, trying to continue moving.
I keep going after it.
You run for a couple more minutes, but a bit less panicked. You can even see the goat itself is a bit more controlled, more of a fast jog. Eventually, the goat takes off the path you have been running on, just into the forest. There's just a small outcropping here, which looks like people have used before to camp. Remnants of a campfire here. And you watch as the goat just begins to trot slowly. Rather casually, you watch as the goat starts to morph. Right in front of your eyes, this goat turns to a person. They have goat-like horns atop their head, similar to Bjorg's, but much smaller and thinner. But their skin is not quite red. It's surprisingly pale, but with just a little bit of a rosy complexion, especially around their cheeks. They have short hair that mats down just over top of their eyes. Their hair is shaved along the backside, and you see a red choker with a small bell on it, just like the goat itself had. Thin and simple adventuring clothes on. Glad you're safe.
Who are you?
You can call me Rain.
Okay. Well, thank you. Are you from around here?
Yeah, sorta.
Poppy looks so confused. Is that something you normally do, is turn into a goat and kick open cages?
The cage thing is new, but I thought you were someone else. No offense.
Well, sorry to disappoint.
I was following a magical aura that comes from you.
From me?
Yeah. Just thought you were someone else.
Poppy looks at her hand. Could it be from this thing?
You see they clock the symbol on your hand, and they look at the symbol and then back to your face, and their eyes squint and their face contorts. They look disgusted, confused, fearful. You're not quite sure, but all that comes from their mouth is a simple word. They speak in a language you didn't even know you could understand. They say to you in Celestial, "Father?" before they take a step away from you. Turning around, they just start running into the forest without looking back, and they morph once again, but this time into a gazelle. They bound through the forest at a breakneck speed, just leaving you alone in this old camp.
Wait! If you had to give me like an audio cue for what Celestial could sound like to the ear, what would it have like?
I'm imagining the reverberation of alpha waves, or like what people say that space should sound like, even though there's no sound.
Interesting. And Poppy could understand it.
Yeah.
She tries saying something to call out to whatever it was that was in front of her in Celestial.
What do you say?
Come back. Please.
It feels like you're speaking a common, normal tongue, but you're saying words you've never heard before. But they don't come back.
She looks up at the sky and down at her hand, at her new bling, pulls out her ponytail and sighs to herself. She goes, I must have this thing so tight it's got to be pulling my brain out. Well, I guess I gotta go home. He looks up to the sky. I gotta find them. Can't be the same little kid, scared forever. I got my wish. And I'm using it for the wrong reasons. Poppy looks up to the sky, try and see if she can remember where she once was. Get back to where she should be.
And where are you trying to go, Poppy?
She's gotta get back to the people who made her feel safe.
And you move towards the northeast. You know, in general, that the others are going towards Carmarth, and that's the direction you should be traveling. And after some days travel, you end up spotting a pocket of trees. Bright column of light coming in from inside, moving upward towards the sky. And as you approached, you heard a loud yell. Not sure if it was someone in pain or someone swinging a weapon, but someone was in trouble. You ran through the forest. You found an abandoned village, scaled a nearby rooftop, and saw a familiar sight. Lenore, Bjorg, Tevin, Jackal, all fighting a monstrously large frog-like creature. As a bright illuminated tree in the background flailed wildly, trying to capture them. And just as you appeared, your palms lit ablaze with this radiant light, you saw the frog take Santos out of the air with its tongue and swallow him whole. We are back in initiative. Poppy, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
She's gonna move towards the frog, and she's gonna unarmed strike uppercut the gut of the frog.
Hell yeah.
10.
A 10 will unfortunately not hit. You jump and you're in the very shallow portion of the pond because this beast was like crawling out of the pond before being pushed back in. So you're not quite super deep into the pond, but you're able to get up there, get your footing best you can, and try to connect. And you do. You're just surprised at how thick the underbelly of this frog is. Bobby, I need you to roll me 2d6s, please.
as you jump off the roof, you would have to run directly past me to get into the water. I think I hear Poppy's footsteps hit the ground, but you are so damn quick that before I can even turn around and like register the scene, you are in the water before I'm trying to stop you.
I got a 6 and a 2.
Poppy, as you stand up out of the water to get this punch in, there are 8 leeches around you.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so I get another unarmed strike. Oh, I got a 26 on that to hit. 10 damage.
10 damage. That's a very good hit. The first one, you weren't quite able to find a weak spot, but you saw as it gurgled. It looks like it is trying to move Santos deeper into its stomach. Do monks get 2 attacks normally as their attack action? Or is that?
If she's level 5.
Oh, I do actually have one more.
Yeah, you should get extra attack.
Bonk 'em.
Nat 20. Natural 20.
Damn.
Dice are happy that I'm back, huh? Hey, 16 plus 1, 17.
Nice.
Wow.
You watch as it almost feels like it's about to upchuck. We are going to move to the massive frog. Santos,
Yes.
you will take some damage, which isn't going to matter the exact amount.
That's an automatic fail.
And I need you to roll me a d6.
Oh no.
Bro.
Why?
Everything is radioactive.
I become immune to death.
You grow a third wing.
But not where you want it.
I rolled a 5.
That is just the passive as it starts its turn with something in its belly. It's going to make its 2 attacks. It has fully swallowed you, so its tongue is available. It had set its sights on Lenore. Poppy is attacking it, but also Poppy's in the water. I'm going to do a quick roll. It is going to move towards Lenore.
Yo, what the hell? He's got a giant rabbit on top of him. He got a girl smacking him in the belly. He's coming for me.
He's going to try to whip its tongue out at you. That's a crit.
Come on, I had plans.
I rolled so bad. It's 17 necrotic damage.
Are
What?
you kidding?
Oh no.
That's bad.
That is bad.
I'm down.
Yep, there it is.
no. That's fucked up that you would do that, Colin.
You are grappled. It is going to use its bite on you. It cannot swallow another creature. So it is going to choose to do the damage, which will be an automatic crit, which will be a 19 to hit.
Wait, can I use a luck point when I'm unconscious?
You could totally be able to do it for this. That is still a dirty 20.
God damn it, okay.
I'm not going to roll out the damage because it won't matter. It is technically an automatic crit, which will be 2 failed death saves.
Oh.
Christ.
That is its turn. Jackal, we are to you. Lenore is on deck.
Oh, shit.
Oh god.
Shit.
Not great.
Uh-oh.
I am in the middle of raging, and I can't imagine that I'm any less angry about the situation now that that's happened. And I feel like this is the kind of situation where Hyde comes out. Seeing the fracas that's happening, I'm like grabbing onto the top of it. One person is inside the frog, another person is now knocked unconscious. It's desperation time, and you can see the true like transformation that Jack goes through. Physically grows, and it's a crazed look in his eye as I swing down the hook end first into like I'm aiming for the front lip of the frog to try and like wrench it back. I'm in a reckless 17.
That hits. 16 HP left.
Oh.
That's gonna be a tall order.
Do you get an extra D4 to damage because you're bigger?
You do.
All right, so I have my normal roll. I get 2d6 from sneak attack and a d4. Please don't suck. I need to get a total of 8 on the 2d6. Damn it!
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
You including the +1 from the ring?
I don't have it on.
You don't have it on? What about rage damage?
Oh, the rage damage. That's +2. 17.
Oh my god.
Dude.
I'm sweating.
Jackal, it's yours.
go through the transformation, and it's the one that people recognize as much worse. But the hoopback comes down hook end first, hooks it right into the front lip of the frog, and tears it back to like wrench open the mouth. I'm just grabbing and tearing back as hard as I can. I'm gonna reach in and just grab whatever bits I can and just rip that out.
There is a terrible sound that comes from this being as it turns to fear into a death rattle, until suddenly this thing starts to fall over and there's just enough pressure of it hitting the ground around you. It lifts just enough where you can see in the stomach a piece of Santos's armor, and you pull him out and he is regurgitated onto the ground prone just outside the monster.
That's what you get. I'll use whatever movement I have to jump down and just rip off the part of tongue that Lenore's still attached to.
Do you have a potion?
Oh, I do have one. Can I bonus action dump that on Lenore's head?
Jack, why don't you roll me a 2d4, add 2, and you tell Lenore how much HP she gets.
5, which tracks for just dumping a potion on her head.
But it is enough to keep her from potentially dying on her turn. Speaking of, Lenore, we are to your turn.
I'm just gonna crawl away from the toad body, and I'm gonna bump into Santos. Oh my god! Oh shit!
There's X's on my eyes.
I crawl to the other side of Santos. What do I got? I'm gonna start plucking invisible strings from the grass, and grow flowers, but like black, dark, like gross, rotten flowers on the tree to cast Wither and Bloom. And then like nice, pretty pink flowers are gonna grow in Santos's hair. A con saving throw.
That is a 13.
Fail! 8 necrotic damage to the tree, and Santos can roll a hit die and gain that amount of life plus 3.
1 plus 3, 4 hit points.
What are we at? Oh no, we're fine. We are just fine. That was close.
Oh.
It's just a slow, like, intake of breath. It sounds deeper than it was. Not a gasp, but you definitely hear this intake of breath, and I'm like, my eyes are barely starting to flutter open, but I'm still in between conscious and unconscious.
We're okay. Get up, buddy, and get the hell away from that tree like I told you to!
And I'm like just barely up and hovering off the ground.
Tevin, we are to you.
After seeing the big frog drop, you hear Tevin's barrels just give that twirl and that whir as the light trickle of casings hit the ground, and I quickly reload all of my rounds and just aim it right back towards the tree. I will just take one shot right directly at the middle of its trunk. 17 to hit?
That will hit the tree.
6 piercing.
You hear a loud shatter, like someone was swinging an axe at a tree and it echoed in a quiet forest, but this just takes up the entire area of that shattering. It is the tree's turn.
Oh
boy.
Only creature in range of the tree right now is Jackal. It is going to make its vine attack onto you, Jackal. So with the advantage, it's an 18.
That hits.
10 bludgeoning damage, which will be halved because of your rage. You are grappled. It's going to pull you 10 feet closer.
No.
No one else is in range. So I'm going to dunk you in the pond.
Oh.
I need you to roll me 2d6.
7.
You have 7 slugs on you, Jack, as it pulls you back out.
I'm gonna kill the fuck out of this tree.
Bjorg, we are to you with Santos on deck.
The shock that Poppy is here, I look over at Oopsies and I give him a little nod, and then I press. There's a little stick and it's got a red button at the top, and I give it a little press. I'm going to have Oopsies shoot a force ballista shot at the slugs on Poppy. 17.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage, Oopsies.
8 force damage.
That will take off 4 of the slugs on one of Poppy's sides.
All right, with my little trigger away, we're going to play with a different trigger, and I'm flipping Tough Luck around. I'm spinning the barrels, getting them nice and hot, and I'm loading up a firebolt. Oh no. 12 to hit.
Does not hit the tree, unfortunately.
Okay, I have moved clockwise around the pond up. I'm hovering around Lenore right now. I got oopsies near me, and Santos is on the ground. But with that miss, that is the end of my turn.
Santos, we are to you, and Poppy, you're on deck.
As my eyes finally open up and I start to focus on what's happening around me, the noise, the chaos starts to become clearer to me. I see Lenore right in front of me, beat up. I feel myself beat up. The thread of that emboldening bond as it reignites catches my eye as I see that thread between Lenore and Bjorg freeform. I think I catch whatever you did, Bjorg, to blast the slugs off of Poppy. I turn my head in that direction. I see Poppy in front of me. I don't have time to process everything. I see the slugs. Are all the slugs gone, or are there still some slugs on Poppy?
Poppy's got 4 left. Jackal's being held by the vines, and it looks like he's got more on him.
And he's actively just screaming in anger. It's like a wild animal.
There's so much going on. Oh my goodness. I'm going to move towards Lenore. How beat up are you? Are you like hanging on by a thread?
Yeah.
I'm going to rush towards Poppy. I see the leeches, the slug leeches. I'm going to attack the slugs. I'm going to basically get my glaive and I'm going to sweep them around and I'm going to strike at the slugs that are left on Poppy's arm.
Don't miss.
11 to hit the slugs.
11 hits the slugs.
I take a couple seconds to look at Poppy. I assess you. You're not bleeding. You're not hurt. You look good. Turn my attention right back at Lenore. I grab a hold of, I just kind of put my hand on my chest and this glowing light starts to gather around my hands and it forms this sort of ephemeral butterflies that then shoot towards Lenore. And you hear the sound of almost a lullaby as they dance around you and then become absorbed in your body as I'm casting my flavor of healing word on you.
Yeah, buddy.
2d4. You get 7 hit points back.
Oh, thank you.
I kind of hear that in the distance. I think at this point, most of everything that comes out of Lenore brings a smile to Santos's face. Sometimes it's kind of mischievous smile, but sometimes it's a very sweet one. And I fall to a knee because I'm still really banged up. And that's my turn.
We are to Poppy. You have Jackal being dangled from this very injured looking tree. It is splintered, branches have broken, vines are shredded. All of its flowers have been decayed from Lenore. You do see that Jackal has some of these leeches on him as well.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I lock eyes with Santos and I say, "It's good to be back, buddy. I thought of you and I cast healing word." 7.
Nice.
Jackal is hanging by the tree. Poppy rears up her boomerang and goes for the arm that is attached to Jackal.
Go ahead and roll me to hit.
Not good. I got a 10.
A 10's not going to do it, unfortunately.
So her boomerang comes back. And she reels it up and she throws it again. This time with a 22.
That will hit.
6 damage.
You throw the boomerang, it swoops around and it goes through these vines that are holding Jackal the first time. You're able to catch it, throw it once more and cut him down. And the tree itself starts to wither rapidly. Its bark is shedding, leaves falling, branches that are shattering actively, even in areas that you didn't even hit. As all of this detritus comes down, and Jackal, you fall a little bit to the ground. You're still prone, but you're no longer restrained by these vines as they loosen around you.
Get out of the water.
I yell.
Jackal, at the start of your turn, you take 7 damage and 7 of something else. And with that, Jackal, you are now skilled.
There it is. Ooh,
Fine.
welcome.
You get to choose a skill you're proficient with and a skill you're not proficient with, and it's +2 to any time you do a skill check with those. But for now, it is your turn. Looks like everything's great and dandy all around. Frog monster's gone. You're not being held by the tree anymore. And then you look down and there's a bunch of these slugs on you.
I'm relatively unbothered. A quick attack against them. If Poppy's right next to me, I get my sneak attack, right?
Sure. Yeah.
You would obliterate.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm already at 11, so I'm just going to stop rolling.
You are able to swipe away all of these further leeches, and we are out of initiative.
I'm collapsing.
Yeah, I'm gonna lie down next to him. Ugh.
Poppy runs over to Santos. I run over to both of you, actually. Yeah, you're both in bad shape.
I'll kind of act as the second piece of bread if Poppy is the other side. And I'll go on the other side of Lenore and Santos on the ground and just, hello, welcome back. I can't fix them. Fuck.
I can see what I can do. I pick Lenore up in my hands. I go, I've missed you.
Big lady, you're not a hallucination. You're really here?
I'm here, and I cast Healing Word, and I get you back 8 points.
I missed you so much. I just like hug onto your neck.
Poppy holds you there and goes, I have something for you. I finished while I was away. But let's get everybody in order first.
Off in the distance, you'll hear a large clank and crash on the ground as Tevin is jumping down from this rooftop. It's just the slamming of his feet as he's running towards you, Poppy.
Tevin!
You have come back. It is so nice to see you. And he'll put one hand on your shoulder and stand there.
You're the only one I get to look eye to eye with, buddy. She pats him on the back.
It is so nice not to have to look down so much. While we are at it, could you please repair this one as I hold my other hand down at the ground towards Santos?
Poppy kneels next to Santos and holds you up a little bit on the back, upper back. You took quite a beating there, didn't you?
I sure did. Taking note that I will listen to Lenore more next time. As I'm looking up at you, Jackal, where are you in relationship to us since we've all kind of started to gather together?
I'm still standing at the tree, and I'm approximately 12 feet tall.
If Santos, if you turn and pay attention to Jack, that's exactly where my eyes go. And then it's like ripping the cord off of like a taser gun. I'm just going to cut that cord and drop concentration on Enlarge. Just seeing the state that Jack is in, that he is clearly not himself, and let's not make him any bigger or scarier.
Good move.
When I start shrinking, I just look directly at Bjorg. This is maybe the first time that you guys can see his eyes they're more just red. It looks just like a red sheen over his eyes. And I turn and I start walking over slowly, hoop back in hand. Tell my lesser half to find a hammer or something. I'm sick of this stick. And I throw the hoop back as hard as I can into the woods and just transform back. It's a faster transformation back than you guys have seen. Jack kind of like stumbles and just sits and then falls down.
I did not see it. I hid behind Santos.
I kind of step towards Jackal now that you've come closer to us. And I'll say, hey, buddy, look who's back. Poppy, you feel my hand using your shoulder. Basically, I'm using your shoulder as like to stabilize me as I move towards Jackal. Try to take you towards Poppy in hopes that brings you more fully back. And I'll walk you towards her and say, hey, we're all together again. You want to say hi?
Oh, hey, Poppy, it's good to see you. Santos, glad you're not in the frog. I hope I helped. Welcome back. Good to see you have all of your arms.
What happened? What did you guys get into?
Jack, your other guy said he didn't like your stick, and he threw it over there.
He said a hammer is more to your liking, and if you want one, I can make you one. I don't want to make him mad anymore.
Okay. Sure. I don't think I want the hammer, but whatever.
Combined hoop-ack hammer.
A hammer with a hook?
Yes.
Oh, I like your hooky thing did a lot of good just now. I don't know why he doesn't like it.
Maybe he just likes to smash things.
Poppy starts laughing. It's like a deep, guttural, happy laugh. And she just starts laughing and laughing and laughing. It's just the sound of deep, pure joy. A tear rolls down her cheek and she looks at you guys and she goes, "Oh man, I didn't think I would miss this as much as I did. I'm glad you guys are okay. 5 minutes and you get yourself into a life-threatening situation again. Look at you, you're all beat up."
Hey, it was a lot more than 5 minutes.
I blacked out, so I have no sense of how long it actually was.
How'd you find us in this shithole?
Literally.
I just got lucky, I guess.
Might have had to do with the lights in the sky that got us here too, right?
Oh, you just followed the lights?
Well, there was a goat. It spoke like this to me, and like she makes the weird celestial noises. And I ran through in the general direction that I remembered us going, and well, I got lucky and heard the screams of agony.
Oh boy.
You are not by chance malfunctioning currently, are you?
No, I'm not. Apparently, I can't just make those sounds with my mouth.
A goat talked to you like ding bling bling bling.
Yeah, it sounds like oh.
What?
What did you just say?
I said it's good to see you guys.
I thought you decided not to do any of the drugs.
Can we move this reunion a little bit further away from that swamp water?
Let's go in the house. Let's go in the house.
Abandoned house it is. At least there's some coverage and we can sleep if need be.
I definitely need to sleep.
And for today, that's a wrap.
Hey.
The reunion.
Oh, welcome back, Poppy.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you all so much for listening. Join our Discord over on patreon.com/castparty so you can just tell Poppy how happy we are to have her back.
It's free.
Yeah.
Yay.
You can listen to the new episodes as we're reacting to them with you. Patreon.com/castparty. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
It's so boring traveling alone without Jackal. He always tells such good travel stories about wild things that happen. I bet I could do that to pass the time. I have plenty of crazy stories. Like when Anne burned their tongue on that hot soup. She tried to keep eating it like it wasn't super hot. Or when a new guy tripped on a root in the woods and tried to pretend like he meant to sit down there. That was funny, right? Or like Bastrop was always crazy. There was one time he showed me this rock he had been shining, and it was like really shiny. Or like dragons, so smart, they bought a chair to a standing concert and they got to sit while the rest of us had sore feet the next day. Or maybe Havoc Hopsack. We were walking that one time and he started waving at someone, but it wasn't actually the person he knew. He just kept waving to try and save face. That was a good story, right? Okay, what about Jonas? He tried to tell me a big secret. He was giggling so much I couldn't hear what he said. I still don't know what he said. That's a good story. Because, like, what could he have possibly said that was so funny? Now, every time Dubboard enters the room, he just smiles and points at him, and I have to pretend to giggle from across the room. I don't know if I'm being mean or not. It's just, that's not interesting, is it? Okay, maybe I need to try embarrassing stories. What about St. E. Love? One time I saw him tell a joke. He laughed so hard before he even got to the punchline, and no one else got the joke once he finished it. That's embarrassing, right? Or when Eric 5 was giving that wedding toast and he sneezed in the middle of it twice. Can you believe it? Or when Heather was carrying too many books at once and fell in the street. Like, hello, can you see over all those books? I did feel bad for her. Her copy of Jesky Fire's $1 Million Muffins got ruined, and she was never able to find the recipe again. Now I just feel bad. Maybe not embarrassing stories. Maybe happy stories. Judgment Day and I were talking about how he found a copper piece on the ground. Judgment Day and I were walking about when he found a copper piece on the ground. He bought a cinnamon roll with it, and it was right out of the oven. That wasn't really a story either, was it? Okay, but there was this one time Kaylee came in from outside to tell everyone a rainbow was outside after it rained. A bunch of people went outside and saw the rainbow together. That was really nice. Or when Kana almost dropped their inkwell uncapped, but they were so quick and caught it. I mean, that was impressive. I'm terrible at this. Jackal can't be having this much exciting stuff happen. He has to be exaggerating. I'll just exaggerate and all my stories will be great. Like Lexi, who I saw jump a puddle once, but the puddle was practically a river, an ocean. Didn't even get her boots wet. Or Michael, he told this joke that was so funny. A man fell out of his chair laughing. He fell so hard, he broke the floorboards. Or Opti, who drank a whole keg of ale in one gulp, burped louder than an earthquake after. Or Ryan, who ran so fast that people swore there was a runaway horse going through town. Yeah, these stories are so much better. I bet the gang would love them. I mean, I could make them even wilder. Shy Guy once got hit by lightning, but they just laughed it off. Said it tickled. They became lightning. They became the storm after. Or there was Storm Rider, who was so hungry they ate the moon, swallowed the whole thing, spit it back out the next morning. That was obviously so crazy. But wait till you hear about Bubba. He sneezed so hard that he caused an earthquake, and that caused a mountain to collapse. And then there was an avalanche, and then a volcano erupted into a thunderstorm, and then there was a bomb that went off in the storm, and maybe these are getting a little bit too wild. I wonder if Laura will believe me if I told her my friend Winkle works at Nintendo. Let's stick with that. I can leave the crazy stories to Jack.